Good morning, guys. Good morning. Today is the 5th of January 2025, and the first week of January has ended. It's Sunday. So today and from now on, I will be doing every Sunday a weekly preview video where I share my thoughts on the upcoming week on cryptocurrencies and the markets in general. So, excuse my voice, I do have a flu or something. So I'll catch my breath from time to time and maybe I sound a bit muffled, but work must carry on. Firstly, I want to look at S&P, SPX, S&P 500 index. And I've seen on Twitter a lot of discussion that this is topping out and whatnot. And while everything is possible, if we look on the TA-wise, we only are at this weekly order block. So bands are still green, RSI is still above 50. It is true that we have been having some divergences on the RSI, but in a bull market dips happen all the time. If we take it a bit and zoom in a bit, actually this is a setup that I would take. It's a setup that I've learned from Trader Main, for anybody who knows him. And it's a SFP, a 12-hour SFP in a weekly order block. So I didn't take this trade because I don't trade these markets too often, but this would be the trade. To new highs. We will see how that plays out. Overall bullish on the S&P, but cautious. If we look at total 2, remember my last video, I was discussing this channel and I was saying that a test of this channel's midpoint, which is here, it's possible as long as we don't start closing underneath it. You see, we just tweaked through it and this happened previously, so this channel is quite respected at the moment. Now as for total, I see this as a higher low, and then I'm expecting it to come up here eventually. It might not be so clean and go straight up there, but this is bullish, guys. We'll look on the weekly. The bands are very much green. And even on the daily, the bands flipped red for a short period while the channel 50 was tested. This has been respected so far, and now we are moving up again. If this happens, obviously I am bullish on Ethereum and L1 coins, and I will explain why only maybe on these ones. Bitcoin dominance is looking very good actually. The way I look at Bitcoin dominance is like this. I will share now and I will redo this chart with you guys. You know, I like using my volume profile, so if we take it from this top to this bottom here, that means that in all this fall, this was the volume area traded from here to here. And this is the value area low. Once this consolidation happened, you can see we've tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. In the 5th time we broke out. Now as soon as we broke out, this was a retest here and we were up only. Up to where? Up to this point of control here. Now that the point of control has been tapped, I'm expecting this to break structure to the downside and then go up to this area here where it's 48-47%. Now this is a weekly chart, guys. If things continue as they are now, then we should as well see a shift in market structure. So basically this low be taken out and a market structure shift to the downside. Also the bands will turn red. That will be the bullish case for our altcoins. You have a look down here in the RSI. you will see that for all this period, all this, the RSI was above 50. Now it started to disrespect the 50 level. So we could possibly have something like this, where it just ranges in between here for a while before obviously breaking out again. Once RSI is down here below 50, that's as well the bullish case, the bullish side for our altcoins. And what I would like you to show you is we draw a volume profile from the low to the high. You will see that this area is the value area low of this move. So the point of control is front run here. I'm expecting some sort of reaction here. Now, if this takes a while and we go something like this, and time wise we end up here in, let's say, June, which I actually think is going to be a bit sooner, more like this, March, April maybe. That is a possible top for altcoins, because as we know, altcoin seasons don't last long. If we look on here, we had this big drop here. This was 18 bars, 18 weeks. So if we was to draw now 18 weeks, 18 bars, it would take us to March. So I'm not saying again that this would never necessarily happen, but this is what I'm looking at the moment. When dominance drops, it drops fast, and then pain starts again. As for Bitcoin, on the higher time frame, we can see there's a slow momentum. On a daily, we have lost the daily bands, which have turned red briefly. Now we are trading above them. So this reminds me of all this. It is clear that we are not just in up-only mode like we've been since the Trump election on the 6th of November, or what is it? So now a period of chop, period of consolidation is to be expected. I've drawn these two boxes here. There will be respectively range high and range lows, and this volume profile for this range here. So until either breaks like that or like that, I'm just expecting it to ping pong. Obviously it will not be this clean, you know, I'm just showcasing what it could be like. But just like here, this will not be clean. This is pure chop. We'll have liquidity flushes, liquidations, just like we had here. Loads of other stuff. On Ethereum, I've already drawn the paths out. I think Ethereum is marginally stronger than Bitcoin at the moment. And if we look at it, trading way above the bands, but also at the moment it is rejecting the value area high from this move up after front running the value area low. So what I want to see from Ethereum is either something like this. This is a lot of liquidity up here, so I'm expecting this to be taken out at some point. If it goes like that, then we could possibly go for the all-time highs. Now, obviously the start needs to align for that, and that might happen as well in March or so. So it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be a pump like tomorrow. When it comes to Solana, it has shown a bit of strength since testing this weekly order block here. But when it comes to Solana Ethereum, on the weekly chart, you can see that it dropped back into the value area, this move up, and now it is doing a bearish retest. As well, down here, you can see we had all this period of up only. RSI was above 50 level. So the question is now, Solana can do this and recover, and obviously it can continue going up. If it cannot, then we'll be looking at a period of underperformance for Sol. I'm not bearish on Sol, sorry, but we have to take these two things into consideration. So it all depends on how the pair is performing. And at the moment, it looks like it's bearish against Ethereum. Ever since this weekly market structure has been broken here, on the line chart you can see it much clearer. It is also a bearish weekly retest of the bands, the bull bands. So this is what I'm expecting for Solana. I'm not bearish on Solana, as I said. Solana on its own doesn't look that bad, even on the weekly chart. It has not created a lower low. So Solana can 100% do something like this and carry on higher, but Ethereum will outperform. So what does that mean? That means that probably meme coins on Solana won't perform so well, but our coins like L1s, L2s, and other altcoins on Ethereum, L1, L2s will outperform. That's something to keep in mind, guys. Two trades I'm in it at the moment. One of them is Hyperliquid, Hype. So Hype has had a bullish breakout of H4, H1 bands, these two. And also on the 4 hours, it's flipped the bands into green and is currently retesting them. The same with RSI. This has been beaten down for quite a while now. Market structure on the 4 hours has been broken, so it's now bullish. Expect continuation. It all depends what's gonna happen to the RSI, and if strength comes in, then it can obviously perform and go up to here. Might as well mark there's not a lot of history price action on this, but this would be a short-term target for $33, $34. Another one that I'm interested in is TIA. Now Celestia as well. High time frame. Still looks good, no problems here. Higher lows, higher highs. But this is like the lowest it can go. Celestia going any lower than this, then we'll probably see new lows. Obviously I'm invested in Celestia. I have a trade on it as well, so I would not like that to happen, but realistically this looks like this is what will happen if we lose these lows for 557 on the weekly frame. I was talking with you guys about Nero. At the moment I'm out of the position, and the reason is I think although we had this breakout of the H1 meme line, I think the point of control and value LLO here will be tested at some point, and all this liquidity here will be grabbed. So maybe a week down there, recovery, and then go towards value area low, order block, point of control, value area high if it happens. One more coin I want to look at for next week is ZEP. Now this coin has been so beat up, honestly. I really thought that this would turn around, but it seems that it hasn't. We were talking previously about ZEP possibly dropping down to the point of control, then down to the value area low. Both of them have been broken with high volume. There's a lot of selling happening here. My thoughts are insiders and probably the team is selling while retail keeps buying every top. But at the moment it looks very, very bad. All these pumps, they have all been sold into. This is literally the last line of defense here, because if we look, this is flirting with all-time lows at the moment. I think if it goes down there, regardless of what Twitter tells you, it might be over. But anyway, guys, not financial advice. These are my thoughts for next week. How the market, I think, will present itself. I'm looking closely at the SPX, Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So short term, drop, test the lows, maybe grab all this liquidity, set a monthly low, and then we can test the range highs again. If you like the video, guys, please remember to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at BaldwinXBT. Have a TikTok account, everything will be linked in the bio. And until next time, stay safe, don't stay liquidated, don't get liquidated. Also, this will be a weekly series. Every Sunday we'll have a weekly preview. Take care, guys, have a nice evening.